This is how the sausage is made right here. About to rip into some drafts. Oops, I'm gonna delete that. Bum, 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 bum. Get the link. Alright, let's get into this. Hopefully it's not as laggy as it has been. Also gotta get my spreadsheet pulled up so I'm ready to not mess up these drafts. And we're in. Let's go. Nice. Got the 6. I'll take it. Wide receiver heavy draft, I would say. Haven't got enough Saquon. Let's see what this is. I got that combination. I have not got that combination yet. I have got that combination once, okay. Alright, we got CMC Saquon. What do we want here? Our other CMC Saquon team, we have Pitts, A-Rob, Metcalf, Kyler. This team doesn't make much sense, but it is what it is. I have an idea for this team. Let's see. So we did Pitts on the other one, so we just gotta make sure we get it a little different. We're just gonna go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab Russ and Pitts actually. So we want a Sutton or Judy to wrap back to us, and then probably showing us running back still. Yeah, we're not even taking that. I might do a single entry tonight too. Just gonna go in here. We've got Russ going with these guys in Pitts. I don't mind doing double running back from this game, with both of them being the pass catchers that they are. We've got a unique team going here compared to the other teams we drafted so far. I've got one other CMC Saquon start, but I have made sure to differentiate that. I do a running spreadsheet every time I draft, where I enter in each team as I draft, and I sort them all by the quarterback stack. Thanks for the sub, Toxic. Appreciate that. But yes, I've got a spreadsheet set up to where I chart every single lineup that I do, whether it's Monday night, whether it's Battle Royale, or season-long best ball. And I am checking it on the left. So my first pick, I had the turn, so my first pick was CMC. And so I Control F CMC. And I've done 23 teams, so I can see them all right in front of me. It's not that many yet. But Control F them, see CMC, see what I've paired with him as the second pick so far. Because that's my big thing in these drafts is combinations. I've been very successful at this, thankfully. There's obviously luck involved, but I put in a lot of work, and so it's good to see it pay off some. We're going to go with a game stack I haven't done yet, and I know Russ in the past has been, it'd be a Lockett game, or it would be a Metcalf game, and it'll probably be how it is in Denver. Denver's even got more weapons than this, but what if this is the time? And I'm not going to take many of these where we do both of the Denver pass catchers with Russ, but I like mixing. If I'm going to do, a good volume of drafts, I don't know if I'll max this week 2 one. But then after I do the draft, I kind of have the running lineup down at the bottom. And then I will just slide it into right underneath the other Russ drafts that I've done. And it'll be kind of that next in line. I'll show you the spreadsheet here in a second. Whoever is watching, get the alpha. It'll be all the teams I've done. You can kind of get an idea of how I do it. But yeah, so I have this spreadsheet going. This is so my first pick was CMC. So I looked quick, immediately saw I had a CMC Saquon team. This was the team I just drafted. So I knew I didn't want it to be a Kyler team, which this team I drafted, there's not any besides that correlation. I guess there's A-Rob Pitts, so there's some mini stacks with a naked Kyler. I mean, that's fine. In these, you're trying to hit the nuts anyway. But I knew I didn't want to repeat the same team with CMC Saquon start, which we did not with the Sutton Judy Pitts. You can see my other Russ stacks. And just doing it like this really helps me to see, okay, this is the combos of players you have. Because, like, without doing it like this, I would have no clue that both my Brady teams have Andrews, which I don't have a problem with. I think elite tight ends very important in this format. But, I'd probably like to get a couple more Brady teams with some Waller or with some Pitts because we don't know who's going to go off. So keeping this running total, and I also do it this way too with the exposures as I draft. Where I keep, and so I need to enter it in. So that was a Russ. That was my 5th Russ exposure. My 6th CMC. And for some reason to me, seeing it out like this with the numbers beside it just give me a better visual than percentages because I know I can check my exposure after each draft. But I feel like doing it on my own like this just helps. It just helps me personally. That was Pitts as well. And as you can tell with the guys I picked so far, it's been the God, this white screen really whites me out here, but it's all the elite tight ends. I'm gonna get in some more of these guys. I want to get in a Kittle just in case he plays because there's really no downside because you get to put in a replacement. But yeah, let's get that over here. A little bit of, so that's kind of how the sausage is made with my drafts. And we'll hop in another one. Shout out Pete, Cash Game King mug. But yeah. And with these two, like, I'm still trying to figure out the exact strategy for the big Sunday tournaments. Last Sunday, I did 80 drafts, which 400. I like almost exactly broke even. I think I might have lost $5. So I had a team after the early slate that was in first, but it just kept falling and falling because I was out of guys. But had a couple top 50 teams. Just didn't I didn't have Kelsey enough with some of the other elite guys. There were some monster lineups I saw that it's gonna happen in a 50,000 tournament like this, or someone's gonna get in a draft room, and you just gotta hope that it was a real draft room and there was no collusion and things. Which I trust Underdog a lot, so they look out for that stuff. The 1-3 here, and see I quickly go to my exposures. I can see that I've already done 6 Jonathan Taylor teams, only 4 Cup, 4 Devontae Adams, only 2 Chase teams so far. I haven't done any Debo yet. I'm gonna have to get some of him, but I don't want as much of him as I do these other guys. I think honestly, I don't know why he's up there this high in ADP. I haven't taken him once yet. I mean, Debo can smash any week, so, and it's probably going to be more of a shootout than we think, but I'm going to go Devontae here. I mean, the Vegas-Arizona game looks like the biggest shootout on the slate. Since he could easily run the ball 40, that's an exaggeration, but they could hand it off to Mixon 25 times in this game and just dominate on defense. No, I'm not going to take 0 of Chase if I'm doing tons of lineups. That'd be silly. He was in my best team last Sunday. So now that I picked Devontae Adams, I go over here to my sheet. Control F. Adams. That's how I put him in. So I know I've taken Adams with, let's see. I picked him 4 times. Yep. I've got him. My second pick here was Lamar. I've got a Kyler, Mixon, Lenny. I've got Adams with Brady, Kamara, Evans, Tyra. So I can just quickly see that the combos that I've got with Devontae Adams. So I see of the guys that are coming up, I don't have any Javonte with him yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take that because I don't have a Javonte share with Devontae Adams yet. So that's something going to be unique for me and my set of lineups. And I'll figure out the correlation later with the stacks. If I can't stack with an elite guy right away, which I should have done there. Let me see. Yeah, Lamar and Andrews were there. I've got Adams with Lamar. And it looks like a naked Lamar team. I've got Adams twice. I've already got him twice with Connor. Let's see if I've got him with Marquise goes. Okay. It's not a great spot. Let's see. Connor for the correlation. Go ahead and take that. I was wanting to get Marquise there because I haven't got him yet with Devontae Adams. But we'll do Connor. And again, it's just all about getting those unique combos because my other Adams, Connor, I have two other teams with Adams and Connor, but obviously it correlates in the same game, so we don't mind that. But the other ones, I got one with a Lenny as my RB2 with the A-Rob Pitts mini, and then I have a Gibson Hawk mini with DJ Moore as a one-off in that one. So coming up here, probably, I'm thinking I want to get Pitts, but I'm not sure. I don't mind stacking Kyler with, well, not gonna have the option. But I was gonna say I don't mind stacking Kyler with James Conner. He catches passes, and it's kind of a bet on the offense when you've got, you're just hoping for a shootout with Devontae Adams there, but we didn't get that. It's kind of like I don't mind stacking Javonte with Russ, because if the Denver offense goes off, then it's kind of like a tide rises all boats thing. I might do a Lamar Bateman here. He usually doesn't make it this far. I know the person who took Andrews is going to be pissed, but this is this person. But I'm going to stack him with Bateman here, if I can. And sometimes like this with the 5th, I might just go ahead and get it out of the way. Even though I know it's a bit of a reach, my only other position to take is tight end. And, I mean, the rest of these guys, I don't love. I'm going to put my I use ETR's projections. Just go to their FanDuel projections to look. We'll look and see who projects is the best tight end of what's left. Which they technically don't release until they've done their first run, but yeah, let's go ahead and make sure we secure the stack. So we got a Lamar Bateman. That is unique to me. And then at tight end, let's see, Ertz. I mean, we could keep betting on that game with Ertz, but the way I kind of look at it, one game theory thing is, and this could be completely wrong, but the way I make it in my head is like, Ertz is going to mainly run like short, close to the line of scrimmage routes. And again, I have not looked that up with the data. It's just, he's an older tight end, not as athletic, kind of catch and fall down guy. That makes sense in my head that him and James Conner is what I'm trying to say, is they'd be going for the same targets. The same short, intermediate dump offs. And so I don't think they correlate as well, but I mean, they can both score a touchdown and be totally fine. I don't know what I'm going to do here at tight end, though. I've been taking Hawk just because I think that game has a sneaky shootout. It's not even sneaky. I think you could shoot out. I mean, we know Detroit's offense is good. Washington's looked far better than expected. But I have done Hawk a lot. Let's see. So I've got Adams with all those guys. I'm going to do a Freiermuth team just as a one-off. We got 10 targets in the first game. That's really good. And I need to go over here and update my spreadsheet with this new team. This is my 25th entry. Another Lamar team. And like I said before, this is how I do it. Like, Oh, whoops. So this is the new team I just drafted. I'm going to just move it. Move it under my other Lamar. So Adams was my first pick. So you can see that I searched Adams. Just trying to build unique teams that I don't have. And teams that correlate for the most part. Sometimes in these, someone's just going to snipe you and you're just not going to get the most perfect correlation that you want. So we've finished our Adams stuff. But I don't know why this team isn't centering. But yeah, that's how I draft these teams. Is you can see all the different quarterback. I do it by the quarterback combinations. I only got one Burrow team so far. I'm kind of waiting on him to see what's happening with T. Higgins. Because he's a guy you want to double stack mostly. Because he's not going to get there rushing. And you know if he goes off 2 of his pass catchers. So if we get T. Higgins ruled out with his concussion, then Chase Boyd is what we'd want. Which T could, I could still take him now and then if he's out, get the substitution. And then I have my running exposures here. So that was 7th Lamar. What team was that even? Got my ETR projections. Connor Javante team. So Devontae Adams team. It's a little bit meticulous, but Bateman Fryermuth. Yeah, I mean he definitely could. He could throw 5 TDs to just Chase for sure. But usually, I mean the odds of that though, if he's gonna have a 5 TD day, like most of the time, more than one guy is gonna get involved. But I mean, he definitely, Chase is that good. It could happen. Let's rip another. Again, I hadn't decided how many of these I'm gonna do. If we're maxing this or not. I did not. Like I said, I did 80 last Sunday and broke even. And then obviously I had the win. Had the win Monday night, which helped. Felt good. Let's see. Right. Alright, we got the 2 here. I always like to go back to my exposures and look kind of the top guys. And see how many of each I have. Also, I kind of worry a little bit with this Cincy-Dallas game that it could turn into a blowout, turn into a run fest. So I'm taking Chase. Like, if I'm going to do volume of lineups, you want some Chase for sure. I mean, obviously. But I'll probably end up with a little less of him than these guys. That'll just be my take this week. It could blow up in my face. And he could have the 3 touchdown game with T out and going against Dallas. But I think I see more of a running down their throat game there. Let's see. Yeah, we're taking JT. Go over to my sheet, put in JT. And then we'll see what kind of unique combination I can build here. And search up Taylor. So this is what I do. As soon as I make my first pick, I immediately search in my sheets Jonathan Taylor. So I can kind of see, what stacks I've already got with him. I don't have any Brady or Burrow or, these stacks with him yet. Got a Lance stack. So I've got the team I'm kind of building down here. And when we get around to the second pick, I'll kind of scan this real fast to see if, who I've paired with him as a second pick, what it's looking like I can get, based off the draft board and everything like that. Just trying to create as many unique teams as possible. And you can obviously, the number one thing to do though is to draft down here the guys who don't get picked every time. This slate's a little weaker. I think some of the better teams. I don't think some of the better teams are off this slate, but there's still some guys down lower that aren't going in every draft. This range does not go in every draft. So let's see. We're coming back up. So I see, just glancing quick. Let's see. I've got one team, Taylor Connor. I have 0 Taylor with Devo. I've got one team so far with Taylor and Waller. Devo goes. Let's see. We're going to try and set up an Andrews. Andrews, Lamar. Person took Cup. Hopefully this person doesn't snipe us on that. I do have a Lamar, Taylor, Andrews already. But don't mind getting more of those, and then we'll just change out the other 3 pieces. And it's actually the first team I built. It's a really solid correlated team with Lamar to Andrews, with Taylor, and then I have a Gibson, Amon-Ra mini, and then Waddle as the bring back for the Baltimore-Miami game. So we'll definitely do something different this time. I would love to get a Lamar Andrews with Tyreek, but it's been hard. It's been hard to build that. Just the order the players go in, Tyreek's just always off the board. But that's one of the ideal combos. Josh Gordon exposure. Is he even on a team now? There goes Tyreek. He just never comes back when you get Lamar Andrews, which makes sense. Looking at this pick here, let's see, I've got Taylor with Sutton. I see a player who I don't have with him yet, Titans practice squad. We're going to Nick Chubb here against the Jets. I don't have any Taylor with Chubb yet on any of my teams, so we're going to go ahead and get that combo. And that is unique to the other teams I have. Let's see, what I'm thinking here is kind of want to just do a Sutton one-off, and then because I picked a lot of Waddle as a bring back on these teams, which is totally fine. You want this game to shoot out. But I just want to get a little bit unique with this. Actually, I'm going to do Waddle first and then do something I haven't done yet and see if I can get Elijah Moore here. Again, he's someone with an ADP of 36. Like, he's not getting picked. And yeah, he's probably... Cleveland's got a good defense. He had 7 points, a lot of targets, good amount of catches. But you just want to, in this 56,000 person contest, you want to get as many players you can not getting drafted, or at least not getting drafted in the vast majority of leagues. And then you get the little correlation with Chubb. Hopefully the Browns are ahead running the ball. Jets are having to pass to stay in the game. It's all the, DFS practices. Stack, bring back, mini correlation. I just build every single one of these teams like it's a DFS team. Waddle. Looking at my stacks that I've done, Broncos, I think they will. I still believe that they don't like Alberto. I know he played a decent amount of snaps in the first game. Thanks for the sub, Michael. Appreciate that. They played. I think that's just what they're going to do in Denver. Yeah, we'll go with Elijah Moore here. See, we've already updated our spreadsheet with this new team. You can tell, as soon as I picked Jonathan Taylor, I was searching my teams. Didn't have a Chubb with Taylor. Had the Lamar. So I have Lamar Waddle Andrews. Got it again here. But every single one, just got to make sure it's different. Got the Elijah Chubb this time. Yeah. In what way? Which player were we most wrong on through? Or I say we, I didn't do any rankings, but as a community of fantasy football players, who do you think we're most wrong on so far? Yeah, so we got this team in. Gonna update my exposures again. I update them over here just because it just helps me versus looking at the percentages. Where's Chubb? Helps me to see how far down the board I've gone. I kind of cut it off of guys I'm willing to take. I just got Elijah Moore who's wait on here, and this is also by ADP. So if Akers. Yeah, luckily I was not in on Akers at all in best ball. I think I can look at my best ball on here. I think I maybe have 2%. He's just someone you just know the Rams love. They just love Hendo. And then I picked him an 8th time. But yeah, I just kind of like to see, like I said, this is ADP. And we know not this many receivers get drafted in every draft. Robinson, yeah, that's another one. He's someone I will definitely have missed on if he keeps this up. Which I don't feel bad about missing on James Robinson. I don't even know if I picked him on Underdog. A running back coming off in a torn Achilles. I'll bet against him every year. If I'm buried by James Robinson, then I will just lose this year. Is the way I look at it. We got the 4. But yeah, it's super cool to see James Robinson playing good, though. It's super happy for him. That's big. A lot of the rookies. I would say on the rookies, though, if we were, if you say we're wrong on them as a community, it is week 1. Yeah. Yeah, Dotson's got. I was drafting a lot of Jahan Dotson. That one's one I feel good about. Just with his draft capital, there was no reason he should be going behind all the other first round picks that late. Even though, as a prospect, I don't think he was as highly regarded. But he got the draft capital, and that's really all that matters. The team is going to use him when he has that draft capital. Let's see who we're going to get here. Go and get this ready. on my other screen. I just can't not draft. Devontae Adams is someone I was happy I kept drafting. I know there were some people in the space that were kind of nascent, like, not nascent, had him lower on their boards. CeeDee Lamb way overrated. Yeah. Do you personally think CeeDee Lamb is just not that good? Or are you just going based off of not because of the Dak injury? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you just think CD is not, as good as he's meant to be, then that's fair. I think that it's going to be just impossible to know now because of the Dak injury. But it did look like that even when Dak was in. What did he get? Two completions on like 10 targets with Dak. Something really bad. So that very much could be the case, regardless of the injury. But let's see. I'm gonna pull this up on my side here and see which of these guys I haven't gotten yet. Yeah, CMC. I haven't got him with Cortland Sutton just went at the 2-1. Wait, what's going on in this? Normal. Alright, we got Cortland Sutton at the 2-1. I know I don't have CMC Adams. We'll take that all day. Also, I did find a little error in my spreadsheet. I had all of them say Adams except one said Devontae. I've got to get that fixed. But I don't think that messed anything up. Yeah, this is my first Adams CMC team. So we can pretty much go whatever direction we want. So we got CMC Adams. Let's see what else. So I've got Adams with the Brady team, Adams with 2 Kyler teams, and Adams with 2 Lamar teams. So we can think about maybe doing him with a Burrow team, which I've only got 1 Burrow. I forced myself into taking T at that point, which I don't really want to do yet. And I know I can sub him in, but I kind of want to get the official word on him for Geno Smith. Yeah, I mean, that one I would probably caution on. I'm super happy for Geno's. Those lines he was putting out after the game were awesome. Talking about not riding back when they wrote him off. I mean, that was awesome. But, yeah, I mean, that was so cool. I would just say, we have a kind of a long history on Geno Smith, that a lot of emotions in that game. I kind of want to see it just a little bit more. And I hate doing this to the Lamar drafter, but I want to get Andrews with this team, because you could easily see this being the 3 highest scoring guys on the slate at those 3 positions. But yeah, I mean, I was super happy for Geno. That was awesome to see. But like I said, I want to see it a little bit more. Well, I mean, hopefully he keeps it up. I'd love to do Marquise Brown Kyler, but I don't know. Let's see. This person's got a QB. You can still never tell, though, based off what people have done. Like, you think this person's going for Brady. This person should be going for Burrow. I don't really know what they're doing. So I'd love to just grab Marquise and think that Kyler's going to come back here. I'm going to try it because I've got the Devontae. Got the stack set up. We'll hope we get Kyler. Could easily get sniped here. It's just how these go. If I do, I mean, we could take Carr. I don't have an issue with taking Carr here. He's another person I would like to. to double stack if I was taking him. But I think in these, since there's no salary base, that's something I've had a tough time weighing. Yeah, I mean, Kyler immediately goes, unstacked to this team, who had Jamar Chase and didn't take Burrow. Makes a lot of sense. Russ was the problem. We'll see. It is just one game. A lot of emotions, both sides of that one. I want to see both those teams the rest of the year. But yeah, I mean, if you're a Hawks fan, I mean, that was so cool. I was rooting for Geno in that game. I don't really know why. You gotta explain to me as a Seahawks fan, though. I don't understand the booing Russ part. I mean, he brought you guys a Super Bowl. Was there for such a long time. Drafted in the third. That was the game, exactly. I don't know. Maybe I'm too soft on it, but let's see. I really don't see them taking Carr. He is the next in the queue, though. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just lock it down. Get this stat going. So it seems Adams, Marquise. I could add Waddle again. I've just picked so much Waddle that I don't really. I wonder if CD's going to start falling into a guy that doesn't go. He forced his way out. He was carried. Okay. Best defense of all time. That's bold. Yeah, I mean, there was an overall good team. That's fair. Let's see. Man, I did not see anything I love here. Let's just go for a straight shootout. Everyone scoring touchdowns in that game. Oh, I remember that defense. Yeah, it was incredible. Sherm, Chancellor, Bobby Wagner. I probably don't remember it as good as a Seahawks fan, though. No, I mean, it was one of the best defenses ever. Alright, let me move that team into my other car stacks. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Oh, yeah, Earl Thomas. Texas legend, horns down. I'm a University of Alabama grad. Squeaked by the Longhorns this weekend. Not a pretty game. One of the sloppiest games I've ever seen us play. But we got the dub on the road. Hostile environment. We'll take it. See what pick we get here. I'd like to get a more cup. I've gotten him 4 times now in 26 drafts. Which, I mean, makes sense. Like, you're going to get an equal spread of the picks. Who else did I pick on that team? Oh, yeah, Marquise Brown. Mac Jones Bama team. Yeah, so good. Yeah, I love Mac. Not so sure how good he's gonna do for us, but um, we'll see. Our team's gonna be Patriots gonna be absolutely terrible this year. Hopefully, we get the number one pick. I am one of those fans that if we're not gonna, I mean, Super Bowl or bust kind of mentality. If you're not gonna be a good tank, unless you've got a young overall team you're building with. But I'm afraid we have the young quarterback, but that's about it. The rest of the team is aging and just not talented overall. I'd much rather get a top 5 pick this year than win 7 games. But we'll see. I'm sure that's, Bill, and I get it in the NFL. You can't ever think that. And I don't blame him. I mean, you're putting your bodies on the line to win. But as a fan, I'm hoping for a top 5 pick this year. Bill Belichick's overrated. It was always Brady. It's bold. I think there were 2 different eras of the dynasty that you have to consider. Accidentally just opened Steam. We're gonna do Chase Swift. I definitely don't think it was always Brady. You could argue post 08, post 07. It's kind of 2 different dynasties. Chase Swift. So I do have a Chase Swift team already, so let's make sure we differentiate it from the last one I did. I'm just happy to have both of them as coach and quarterback for 20 years. I'll just take them both. Yeah, trade it for him. I mean, the way I'm just such like a realist fan. Like nothing we were gonna do this year was gonna matter. We were always gonna suck. Like that last offseason, that was worse than. I mean, the Devontae Parker's kind of to me is just like a wash. Like it doesn't really do anything for me. Now the offseason we had last, like I get maybe bringing in one of those tight ends, but doing both, giving Bourne Aguilar, yeah, I mean all that was just terrible. But I think that's just not how I would build a team like that offseason. If you get, I mean, I do have like the Sam Hinkie, the process mindset, tank, tank, tank. If you're gonna be, if like being stuck in the middle is the absolute worst place you can be, and I get in football you just can't do that, which is totally understandable, and I would never expect a coach or players to actually tank. But as a fan who's very realistic, if we're gonna be 7-9, let's just go 4 what is that now? 13. Like I'd just rather go 4-13 than 7. We got 7-10 now. Because there's not much of a difference, in my opinion. You want to see growth out of guys like Mac if he's actually going to be our quarterback. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do Waller. But yeah, I mean, this team was never going to be good. The defense is slow. The secondary, the safeties are good. But Jalen Mills is our cornerback 1. We drafted a couple of mid-round guys this year, but let's see. We got Waller. Let's do Kyler. Even if I don't stack up Kyler, same game, hopefully, kind of thing. Yeah, I am starting to think. I mean, obviously, like Bill can coach as long as he wants. I would never ever ask him to retire, but I do think there's a tiny bit of like he is. I think yeah, I mean, he's still too old school with it. With the the way we play and just this stuff with Patricia and Joe Judge. I mean, like, go out and get a young hotshot OC like Mike McDaniel. I mean, obviously, I don't mean go get him. Obviously, he was destined to be a head coach, but someone, the next Mike McDaniel, who's this young, sharp guy, instead of retreading Patricia and Joe Judge. Yeah, I mean, but that's why I'm just really not too pressed about this season and the results. Losses are sadly a positive in my book because we get the better draft pick. Because the team needs talent and speed, and the one guy, like, Tyquan Thornton actually was having a good camp, and of course he gets hurt. But it is what it is. I would say 20 years, but obviously I wasn't old. I wasn't actually watching those early years of the Patriots dynasty, as I would have been too young to remember most of that. I mean, I was obviously alive for all the Super Bowls, but let's see, Swift. I think Nick Chubb's going to have a great game against the Jets. But yeah, I would love to see some new blood come in. Let's see, do you want to do... Again, going down the board, we could do McLaurin here. Or we could do Elijah. Let's do McLaurin this time. We'll see if we get our build with those guys, and we do. Over here updating my sheet with all my lineups. So this was, I'm updating, like I said. Got all my teams, all the different quarterback stacks. This was my most recent team. And then I do this. Kyler. Swift. Chubb. We did Waller. Again, I'm just hammering these 3 elite tight ends that are on the slate. I need to mix in some more of these guys because they could fail. And then you just need... Need to get more guys. Let's see. Brandon Cook's getting locked up by Sutton. Let's see. What are those? Thanks for the sub, Big John. Let's see. Who else we picked? Oh, yeah, we picked Chase McLaurin. Sorry, it took me a minute. What do you mean getting locked up by Sutton? Denver doesn't have a corner named Sutton, do they? Obviously, they got my Bama boy Patrick Surtain. Ronald Darby, I think, is on one of their corners. I mean, Surtain. Locked up by Surtain. No, I mean, I'll probably add in a couple Brandon Cook shares. I mean, he could catch a bomb and get some volume. Yeah, I mean, not having any of, like, anyone doesn't mean I'm really making a stand yet. It just means I haven't found a build and a price that works. Like, Pittman, I definitely don't want to have 0. Debo, I don't want to have 0 if I'm doing high volumes of lineups. It just means I haven't added them in yet. Alright, we got my teams. Got all my teams going. We'll get another one. No, yeah. I mean, I'll probably add in Cooks. I've done enough. Yeah, I probably need to bring back that Denver stack a couple times at least with Cooks. Just haven't done it yet, and I have having trouble sometimes in these thinking through the bring back versus a guy that's like just a better player or projected a lot better. Your top 3 players for week 2. I mean, it's the 3 guys at the top of the ADP for sure. I mean, you just know you're getting the volume here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Cardinals either, as far as their overall team and that dynamic. But, you know, this is more so with the fantasy side. Like, I don't think the Raiders' defense is all that great. They've got a pretty good defensive line. But this should be a shootout matchup. I love Joe Mixon this week. To ask your question, the top 3 players. I mean, he got ridiculous 27 attempts. He didn't score, but I mean the targets he got, the attempts, and now we have Dallas with a backup quarterback, potential blowout. You know, or even if they don't blow him out, they just want to grind it out and get out of there with a win. Should be a pretty good play. At the same time, though, like I just can't like stop drafting CMC when you can get him this late. Like I know last week it was not a great matchup, but he still has the highest ceiling of any fantasy player. And like when I get him here, I want to Control F over on my sheet and see if I paired him up with Mixon yet. I paired him up with Mixon once. Let's see. I have not paired him with Debo. Yeah, we'll do a but I just can't stop drafting CMC. Yeah, Javonte is awesome. Love Javonte. I think I've already picked him 8 times. He's my second highest drafted running back after Connor. ETR has Leonard Fournette a lot higher ranked than where he is. That's someone this week who, if you're looking to get someone later as your RB2, yeah, fumbling on the goal line. Love me some Javonte Williams. He was on my winning team this week, which I chopped it with 5 people. So I mean, but shout out Javonte. Yeah, I mean he had such a good game. Didn't even score, but he was so efficient. He only had 7 carries. It was actually surprising. And love for Kamara. I don't know. I'm just scared about. Let's see. I picked Kamara once. Probably in a Tampa stack. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I picked Kamara with the Brady Evans stack. I mean, I'll pick him in that. I just think Tampa's got a really good defense. Jameis doesn't check down to him as much. But, I mean, he's also Alvin Kamara. Like, there's sometimes in these, like, there's no one. If I'm doing a lot of volume, and this could be wrong, I could be limiting my true, like, upside, but I'll take anyone. Like, in a 1 game, 1 weekend scenario versus season long. Yeah, Brady Evans. Yeah, my team is looking at my spreadsheet. I have Brady, Kamara, Evans, Adams, Tyreek, Andrews. That sounds pretty strong. Not much mini correlating there, but I mean, I have Adams, Tyreek, Andrews to go along with. That's pretty good. All right, we got CMC, Debo. I do want to do this as a Lance team, so I'm not gonna worry. But I'm not gonna take Kittle, even though because taking Kittle in these, it's really no risk because you can substitute a guy. But I just can't stop taking elite tight ends. And then don't really have anyone else here I like to correlate with. I don't love this spot. I love Chubb versus Jets. I've been taking more 2 RB on here early like this. I don't know if that's optimal or not. It's probably not. Wide receivers have a higher ceiling in a single game. But it is half point PPR. And both of these guys are just in smash matchups. I don't mind it. So we do want Lance. And then we need one more wide receiver. I'm kind of like Allen Robinson for like the flop lag, squeaky wheel type pick. Because you could easily see them coming out like the first drive, just like 4 targets to Allen Robinson. He gets a touchdown or something. Because, the coaches here, people criticizing their guy in the media and himself not having a bad game, being happy. You could see him coming out just force feeding him targets this week versus Atlanta. So I've got Pitts. I might just do that since I have Pitts. I think he's in a real good bounce back. Like, they just signed him, brought him in. They want to get that guy involved. And look, he may just be dust, but I could see the Rams at least giving another shot this week and finding out. Which I don't think he is. I mean, he's not that old, is he? This probably doesn't tell me that. But I mean, and the Buffalo has such a good defense, even though we're without Trey White in that game. Do you max out the Royale? No, not usually. It just depends, like... My bankroll was a little lower, obviously, before I won Monday. With the PGA ones, that's where I had my big success this summer, earlier. I did like to max those, but those were only like 33 max, 51 max, not 150. It's tough to say. This past Sunday, I did. Like I said, I did 80. I could see myself, since I won, doing 100 this week. It really just depends once I feel like I've got a good combination of the player. And something else I'll do, obviously I won't do this on stream because it'll be boring. But I'll go, once I get to about, let's see, this is 29 teams. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. I've ripped probably 8 drafts already. But something else I'll do, afternoon slate. Yeah, I play a lot of DFS on draft. Not a lot. I play cash, and then I play like 2 or 3 like mid stakes, like $50 single entry, $27 single entry, kind of the smaller field, like single entry tournaments. But I love playing cash just to maintain a bankroll, and so I have to focus on that. But something I'll do on these, and how I know like when I want to stop. This is really getting into the weeds, but I'll take all my teams, and then I'll kind of look at the different matchups. Like, I'll go through here and I'll say, okay, I've got a Baltimore, Miami stack, with this Washington, Detroit bring back mini. And then I'll just see, like, make sure that I'm, quote, covered. Obviously, you'll never have the perfect amount of combinations, but I want to see, like, okay, I've got, these 2 games. If they're the 2 games that shoot out, I've got them stacked together. And I want to try and stack it together for a couple different ways. And again, I mean, there's just endless possibilities, so you're never going to get it perfect. But I just kind of like to get a good feel, and when I think I've got, like, good combinations of the different slates, and I want to kind of, mix in some of these good players that don't get drafted in a lot of drafts. Especially if we get news that T. Higgins out, I definitely want to do several Burrow doubles with Boyd and Chase. Even though I've already talked about, I think it's more likely going to be a mixing game, and they're going to blow Dallas out. But you never know. I mean, maybe they want to get the passing game right and get Burrow right after his big interception week. I mean, that could easily happen. That they could want to do that, but I don't know. It's a long way of answering if I max or not, and the answer is usually no. But yeah, tomorrow, ETR releases their first run of projections for DraftKings, and so I'll start looking at building the first look at cash. Yeah, you see the vision. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly it is a lot of work, but it has paid off for me. Luckily I enjoy it because it is kind of laborious, but luckily it's worked. And I mean my PGA process is a little different. I use just a lot of the strokes gain stuff, but yeah, I really focus in on combinations here. Yeah, I pay for ETR's in-season package. Yeah, I mean it's a DFS junkie mindset for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about the process of me like doing all these different the combinations in the spreadsheet or not, or the ETR sub paying off, but yeah, I love doing both. I love doing the projections, or not doing the projections, but doing the spreadsheets. And then I think, yeah, I think the stuff ETR puts out is the best in the industry to me. And I love their, yeah, I mean, I love their content and everything. So, and I think they have the best projections. So it just kind of goes hand in hand. You make your money back. I did last year. With the ETR sub. But I mean, I don't want to like tell anyone it's a guarantee. You still have to go out and do it. But it's just auto click. Yeah, I mean, everyone's process is different. There's so many ways to do this. I mean, it's such a large field contest. Like, I take the DFS approach of stacking, bringbacks, mini correlations, but at the end of the day, that might not even be optimal for these since there's no salary constraint and it's a little bit smaller teams. It's not that much smaller than like a DFS lineup. But without the salary, I mean, it might be optimal just to play the best plays based off projections. But stacking is always going to be optimal because enough of the field is doing it. Oh shoot, I forgot to look over here. So I just looked at my teams over here. And I did not have Cup with Andrews Lamar yet, so I'm going to try and get that, see if I don't get sniped on it. It might happen. They took Tyreek, which playing Baltimore, so they could want Lamar here. We'll see. Yeah, they did. Great. That was a good pick. At least they correlated with Tyreek. That makes sense. A little stuck here. Looking over at my sheet, I don't have this shit. Do this. Got a little stuck there when they took Lamar, not gonna lie. Yeah, I've heard playing on FanDuel is better, but you're kind of right. And the reason I'm more on DraftKings is because the content part, and like that's where I learned to play. I'm very familiar with the salary and all that, and I know I could transition to FanDuel. And I don't know, I just enjoy the contest and the user experience. It's kind of like Underdog for best ball versus DraftKings for best ball. I just really enjoy the user experience better and the contest selection and all that. And it helps that I haven't got Cup or JT once. And 10? That is very unlucky. Let's see, Russ went already? I was thinking about doing Russ here. This person took Russ with No one? Oh, yeah, we're going to take Marquise because they've already got a quarterback. So then I'm going to take Kyler. And I don't mind doing, and the pick before always snipes Lamar. So frustrating. Yeah. Again, it's just the way my brain works when I look at, stacking a quarterback with their running back and receiver. Is we expect this game to shoot out. And just the way my brain works, thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. The way my brain works is I think, oh, well, these, and it is fine. Like, oh, Marquise is going to get all the deep targets, and Connor's going to get all the dump downs. Whereas, like, earlier I had the choice with the Connor Ertz, and I felt like they were going to go, get targets at the same area of the field. I don't know if that's really, like, the way it plays out if you look at the stats or something like that. But, I don't know. It makes sense in my head that these two would be perfectly fine together. Obviously, the rushing here, like Kyler with his rushing TD upside, would take away from Connor. But in this bet, you're just hoping this game just shoots out, which I'm, considering taking Hunter Renfrow on this build. Because he's someone who's not going to get drafted in every draft. For sure. He didn't have a good game last week. But there is just so much more target competition there that I don't mind not bringing that back. And I'm not taking Josh Jacobs. What did he even do this last week? 7. I mean, he had 10. I'm just going to do a Sutton one-off here. Yeah. Good stuff. It does feel good. It was fun. I was watching the game. So one of my best friends from college is a diehard Broncos fan. And we were all in a Discord call together, watching the game on YouTube TV. And they just had no idea that I was, like, sweating that. And he was a Broncos fan and was obviously very much distraught during that game. And so I wasn't trying to, like, bring it up. And then even after I won, I really didn't even know how to bring it up. 'Cause he was, like, going through all the emotions of the loss. And I was like, I just won 2K. But they were happy for me. Let's go and get in a second one. Just updating my spreadsheet on the other screen. I do think, too, I don't know if any of you do play PGA, but that's where I had success this summer. They're gonna have a PGA contest this week for the whatever the first PGA Tour event is this year, which I'm excited about. Got the 4. But yeah, so got it updated, got that team in. It was another Kyler team. A little OCD on my sheets over here. Golf sucks. Hard disagree. Hard disagree there. But I get it. It's not for everyone. Totally understand. That's fun. Hey, we all gotta like what we like. Yeah, just slamming Adams. I'm actually a golfing professional. Like a club professional. Through the PGA of America. My previous job was at a country club where I was one of the assistant club pros. I still work in the golf industry, but not at a country club anymore. I work more on the corporate side of the golf business. So I'm a big fan. Uh, that is just. I get it if you're not a golfer. I could see that, but like I love it. Like I watch all 4 days. Got ESPN Plus to watch the early action, and probably because I, play lineups on it too. But I get it for non golfers of how it could be. But I mean, I can sit there on Sunday for hours or Saturday. Just love me some golf. I've been playing golf since I was 4. Now, yeah, going to a tournament is not my favorite to actually go. I went to the Masters for the first time this year. Very thankful to go. I got invited by one of the best people in the world, he's gone to the Masters 64 straight years. I kid you not. Grew up in that area, working it as a kid. Ended up in the golf industry, and very special person who took me. But even at the Masters, like not having your phone, it is a good escape, but like it was weird. Like I had no idea what was going on in the tournament, like the whole time. Obviously, there were scoreboards around, but that is just the one thing with going to the Masters, and obviously it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. He's the person who took me used to be the president of Pinehurst. He used to be yeah. I mean, he's one of the best people. One of the best people, like person I've amazing. But yeah, it was just weird experience. Like you obviously can't take your phone in, and like if you get separated, I mean, you're just there's no way to be like, oh, meet me over at this. Like it was just so weird. It's just something, we're just so attached to our phones now. Um, that it was. I mean, it was some parts of it were nice, but yeah, it was weird. It's like I'm here at the Masters and I just have absolutely no clue what's going on in the tournament. I'm just watching the couple holes that I was able to see. But again, I mean, it's beautiful. It's everything everyone says about it. The course, the experience. It lives up to every single bit of it. Yeah, I mean, Bob, we'll just never see eye to eye on this. That's just don't feel like getting in an argument over the athleticism of the game of golf. Obviously, it's different physicality, but it the top guys are all like grinders in the gym and stuff. I need sweat. Trust me, they sweat. I grew up playing tournament golf. It is it's tough walking. It's tougher walking a course than people think, but eh, you know, different people like different stuff, so it is what it is. Thank you, people, for not taking my keys here. The best golfer right now? Rory's the best player. Scotty Scheffler probably had the best overall year, but Rory's the best player in the world when he's on his game. It's a leisure activity. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely play golf for fun now instead of competition. But competition was fun. I enjoyed playing tournament golf growing up. It is a Very tough game between the ears, that's for sure. That is for sure. Trying to decide here between Judy as a one-off or taking the Allen Robinson correlation. I'm gonna go bet on that correlation again. And the squeaky wheel narrative. Got into golf because of UD. There. Yeah, I love, like, it's definitely changed the way I watch it. Can better draft it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, like, when you're playing, like, a lot of PGA DFS lineups like I have been playing, you know, I'll be at work with, like, 4 tabs up, you know, watching, like, they have the tracker or whatever, and it's like the guys they're not showing on TV, but they're in your lineup, and I'm up here with tabs of, like, Emiliano Grillo and just random golfers, like, tracking each of their shots. It's like, make a birdie. Yeah, PGA was by far my most profitable sport this year. I had a 1500 there, 1500, a 1. That is where I was succeeding the most, and then my first or second one, my 2K one. PGA is it's a lot of fun. It's similar to this, where you know only 36 guys are getting picked. So if you just go down, use data golf, use the stats, you can get players who aren't being picked. Alright, pick 2. Don't know how many more of these I'm gonna do. I think we're up to 31. 31 so far. Yeah. Probably do 4 more. Yeah, anything you can bet on and get into, it's... I need to do that with baseball. Because I don't know anything about baseball anymore. I used to somewhat follow it, but I don't. Or like the Premier League with soccer. It's another thing. I just didn't I grew up in the South. And you love First Shot Bateman this week. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind throwing Bateman in if you got Lamar. Miami does have good corners, but I mean, Lamar's good, Bateman's good, so I would not mind stacking Lamar and Bateman. Yeah, we're taking Cup. JT and Cup are pretty much just autos at 1-2 at this point. I've been lucky with the 1-2 so far through these first 30. But yeah, I do not mind throwing in Bateman. You also could play Lamar naked. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. He rushed 6 times in his first game, which is, I mean, that's still a decent amount. But you want him to rush more. I'm a big person to like looking to see what people around me are doing. Obviously, these being such smaller drafts, it's not as important as like a full best ball draft. Again, like looking back over at my spreadsheet and my combinations, we'll see what this person takes. Wait, do I have a? They did take CMC. I'm going to try and do Cup Andrews. I did this last draft, and the person here took Lamar. No, you don't have to be your bad for hating on golf. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not an issue at all. I get it. I mean, I hate baseball. I think it's the most boring sport to watch. And I know other people who love. I mean, every single time it happens. I trying to get Cup with a Lamar Andrews, and it's just 2 in a row. But yeah, no, I mean, you don't have to like golf. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, I mean, I hate baseball. I think it's like the most boring thing ever. But I love golf, so it makes sense of that. And so I get that. We're just gonna do a Tyreek mini. I don't have much Tyreek, but I seem to just not get him where he goes. But yeah, I mean, I totally get it. It's not for everyone. Yeah, exactly. It's just don't matter. I mean, it is my profession. The growth of the game is very important to my long-term success, but that's got nothing to do with the PGA Tour. It's got more to do with the growth of the recreational game. Way more. Oh my gosh, no, dude. It's all because I play the game, so like I have appreciation. Yeah, we're strong disagreeing. Baseball is just like going to a baseball game's fun though. I do love going to a game. It's weird. Like I hate hot dogs too, but like when I'm at a baseball game, gotta get a hot dog. But yeah, they're fun to go to in person, but I don't like watching them. Man, someone will pass on Lamar here when I get Cup, and I'll get this stack set up. It's just frustrating. Tyreek Andrews, Cup. I'm thinking I'm gonna do probably. Well, it depends on who these people take. Actually, I'm not 100% decided. Connor, what are they doing? Got 2 Cincy guys. Sharp drafter. We'd like to see that. So obviously this person's already picked a quarterback, so I'm gonna take Russ here, but go ahead and grab Sutton just in case they don't have a wide receiver yet. And then we'll take Russ, and then we'll figure out. Well, we have to take a running back. We're not gonna figure out where we go next. But we'll be taking Russ here. I'd love to do Russ and then just Chubb as the one-off, but we'll see if he makes it back. I haven't taken CPAT yet in this matchup. I mean, he ran. That volume was just so good. Russ here. Let's see, if I don't get Chubb to come back, then we'll take Lenny as the one-off. Like I was talking about earlier in the projections, we'll see. I mean, they don't officially come out until tomorrow, so it might be different. The Saints do have a pretty good defense. Let's see. Selfish sport. That's an interesting take. Oh, yeah. Let's see, Houston. Not taking Damian Pierce. I actually played Damian Pierce in one of my tournament teams on DraftKings. That was a mistake. Switch up. We'll take Lenny. Tennis is selfish. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't really get calling just individual sports selfish inherently, but it's whatever. At least, dude, you sweat so much in golf. You do not know. Trust me. I guess it depends on what area of the country. There's another rust stack. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my actual percentage ownerships to calculate because I have slowed down on updating the exposures. I've still got in all the combinations, but I think I've missed the last two on here. 1-3. Again, I mean, I think it's a pretty clear top 3 this week. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, have you never played golf in this, like, in the summer? My only round of golf this summer in Texas, I overheated and had to quit. Actually, it was actually a very rough day. I got super sick. I almost had like a heat stroke. Trying to play golf, especially, and I was riding in a cart too, not even walking, like the tour players do. It's like it's grueling to walk 18 holes when it's 95 degrees. All right, give me a cup for JT to slip to 3. It is not gonna happen. Ah. No. I want to try and create that unique combination. Yeah, I just if you didn't grow up, I don't know. If you're not a golfer, you just don't. We're never gonna see eye to eye. Let me see. I've got 2 car teams, but no double Adams Waller. Could see myself doing that this time. Yeah, let's go ahead and. I don't know. I might try and wait on it actually, and then do Saquon here. I don't have as much Saquon yet through these drafts as I would like. And we'll try and get Waller to wrap. We'll see if we can get him to wrap around to us. We'll see what they do here. I've been sniped a lot lately. Okay, the sun. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously physically demanding in a different way. But to act like walking 18 holes in the sun is just a walk in the park is different And then the mental aspect of golf is really what separates it from the other sports. And just the difficulty overall. Golf is so hard. It's a game you can, like, just never, ever perfect, obviously. The game between your ears, that is truly difficulty of golf. The mental, man, it gets like, it's such a tilting game. But also so rewarding when you hit that, like, perfect shot. It's it's literally not. Yeah, tomorrow night I might stream and work on my cash show when we get the first look at the projections. I'm gonna bring that back. Stream and start looking at cash. At the cash lineup on DraftKings for this weekend. I wonder if they're gonna snipe me on. It's really not. Man, just having 3 people haven't picked a quarterback. If I get Carr, I'll probably just go ahead and lock him down. Actually, there's a lot of quarterbacks left. That happens sometimes when I'm like going down to look at someone, and I think that. Oh yeah, golf carts. I'm talking about like professional golf and tournament golf. I see like stuff like this. I don't know whether go ahead and make the bet on the double stack, or just take the quarterback with the rushing up. Like, I didn't even get him. That makes my choice easy enough. But if I would have had that choice, that's some stuff I struggle working through on these little on these like single game slates. It's like, I mean, obviously Carr could score a lot, but if Kyler's there and you have Connor, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I love taking DJ Moore in these, because he definitely does not get picked in every draft. How far down is he actually? He's all the way down here. And we know he's a guy with a ceiling. Didn't have a great first game, that's for sure. But I believe in the talent. And when you can get someone who's not going in every draft, it's such a good pick. Does that mean it'll work out? Nope. But it's all about the process. Trust the process. And we got the little correlation with Saquon. Oh, this person has to pick a quarterback. Do they have anything set up here? Yeah. DJ Moore. Yeah, I like that team. That's a pretty good team. Definitely, I mean, obviously Carr's going to really have to go off to match Lamar or Kyler. But, I mean, we don't have Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Herbert on the slate, so that's good. I don't know. That's a pretty solid team. I like that team, actually. Let's see. I think I'm going to do one more of these tonight. See if I can finally get the... Depending on what draft pick I get, I would love to get a Cup Lamar Andrews team, finally. But that has not been the case so far. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to update my exposures after this. Come on, give us the 2. The 3. I don't know. It definitely feels like these guys are the clear top 3 this week. You got Cup Andrews Lamar? Yeah, I can tell I'll get it at some point if I keep doing these. I mean, getting sniped there, those couple times I did when Lamar was still down the board, there'll be someone who doesn't take him and they take the people near the top. But yeah, good on you getting that stack in. It just seems like such a good combo on this slate. I mean, the 3 highest upside players at those 3 positions all on one team. Yeah, I know, that's so annoying. I've got sniped on that twice, but yeah. It'll happen at some point. Just gotta keep. Oh, we got Devontae at 1. Interesting. Okay, well, we got Cup this time. Do we try one last time? We got a JT and a Devontae. Maybe they want a Kyler. It's just annoying, too, that the last person who sniped me was a badge bro, too. Oh, wait, no, they set up the Tyreek Lamar. I guess Tyreek Lamar. I don't even know if they went. I never checked to see if they drafted Bateman. Come on, give me the. Yeah, we'll see. Come on. Yeah, I'll probably chill after this one. See how many I've done, and like I said, I'll run through my combos. I'm gonna guess I don't get it this time because it's just not happened. But I mean, it is so far down, which I don't get. I wonder if they'll update the ADP if they do that daily with these. I don't remember. I wonder who has more likely. See, that's what I don't know. Who's got a more likelihood of getting picked? I feel like taking Andrew, which this person is always in the golf streets grinding. Feed the freezer. Okay, they went ahead and took. All right, we'll try it again. I feel like taking Andrews is better because people are really gonna have to like Bateman, or they'll just settle for Naked Lamar. He's probably gonna freaking go again. We'll see. This person's got JT. Their pick will be telling. Another Cup Andrews team. Oh, Waller goes. Okay, maybe they're wanting to set up the Pittman. Yeah, I know. It's tough to tell. Come on, Pinot Grigio. It's my favorite wine. Let's go. Last draft of the night. Let's go. Finally. It should be my 3rd version of this team. Let's go. Alright, so I don't even really care looking at my spreadsheet now because I know this is my first combo. So whatever players I add to it are going to be unique. I mean, sometimes I'll still look to see, like, okay, I've got this person with Cup a lot. Let's go. But we'll probably just stick with, told you, yeah, man, good luck charm. Let's see. I mean, I would love to get Javante. Oh, this person's picked 2. These people have picked 2 RBs. It's whether they want to go ahead and get another one. No, they picked Kyler. Oh, I guess I get Javante then. Nice. Control. I've got Cup with Javante twice. 3 times. I have Javante and Cup 3 times. Do I have them with Chubb at all? No. I can take both. There's no one saying I can't. I'm wondering if CeeDee Lamb is someone who, I mean, his ADP is 16 though. Like he's gonna go in most of these drafts. Oh yeah, no, I'm not picking Sutton when I've got him in a one-off. I have picked a couple like Russ, Javante, Sutton. Not a couple. I've done that once, and then I've done a Russ, Javante, Judy. Just kind of betting that it's the Denver offense. Just Chubb went. Dang. All right, need to recalculate this on the fly. I started out picking Amon-Ra a lot, and then stopped for some reason. Am I gonna ruin my Cup, Lamar Andrews with Antonio Gibson, or is it like big brain play? Or do I take CPAT to go with Cup? I just feel like he's not gonna have as much success this week, and I love Amon-Ra. Damn, I don't know what to do. I'm taking Amon-Ra though. I think he's gonna be good. Could do McLaurin. Could do Waddle. Or we could do CPAT here. I just don't know. Antonio Gibson should be in a good matchup here. As the rest of this mini. We'll see. I'm wondering. I'm ready to see the first run of ownership projections for DFS this weekend. Because I'm thinking stacking this game in DFS might go under-owned. And especially if the pieces are all a little cheaper. And then maybe you can get up to like a Cup or a Jonathan Taylor one-off. I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking. Because everyone's going to be trying to stack Cardinals, Raiders. But, I mean, honestly, this might be more of an obvious one because how good the two teams performed last week. Man, Waddle looked good. I'm going to do McLaurin on this one. With Amon-Ra. Let's see, how many total is that now? 34. I think I'm going to call it there for the night. Thank y'all for hanging out. Was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm going to stream tomorrow night. Going to look at the projections, the first drop of ownership, and do a cash sell on DraftKings, and then also draft more of these tomorrow night. I don't know how many I'll do total before Sunday, like we talked about. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun.